What's going on, everybody? Excuse me. Welcome to Thursday morning, our live session. This is going to be an interesting one today because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what today is going to be, and today is going to be busy, very, very, very busy. I want to make sure you can hear me, so do me a favor. If you would put in that chat section there, if you can hear me, tell me where you're at, tell me where you're from, tell me what's going on. Let me see here. Tell me something here. Okay, so make sure you participate. Participation is so important, guys. It really, really is. You don't want to just sit back and watch these things. You want to ask questions. You want to interject your opinions. You want to talk about what you're doing. But the more you put in that chat section there, the more your odds will increase of succeeding in your own business. Now, you may think that is not true, but it is, because you are actually making luck. Making luck, and I want to talk about that in a second. I'm always a little tough in the morning here. Got to clear my throat out. But how can you make your own luck, guys? You can make your own luck by participation. That's the only way you're going to make luck. Now, I want you to think about this, okay? Let's say you're trying to find the love of your life or whatever it is, okay? And you sit at home and you go, gee, I wish I could find the love of my life, okay? And you sit there every day and you watch TV and you play on the internet. But nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens for you, okay? Thank you, Paul. He just said loud and clear. Guys, also put in there if you can hear me, where you're from, what time it is, all that good stuff. Now, imagine if you decide you want to go out to a mall when malls are open again, or shopping centers, and every time you see, a female or a male, whatever you're trying to find, you just walk up and say, hello, how are you today? Great weather, or whatever. And you did that to every single person you saw, and you did that for 30 days. Do you think you would increase your luck of maybe meeting somebody? You think so? You say, well, gosh, JR, that'd be difficult, and I would feel uncomfortable, and that would be tough for me. Yeah, I know, but that would increase your luck. So a lot of times people say, well, JR, you got lucky because you got into survival food, and you just got lucky. Well, let me explain something to you about survival food. I didn't get into survival food. I got into selling cell phone cases, and then I sold camping gear, and then I sold somebody else's survival food. So I created my own luck by just doing things. Okay, the more things you do, let me see here, I got a block here. The more things you do, the more you increase your chances of luck, okay, of getting good luck. Okay, and I think it's really important. And I was watching a YouTuber yesterday, and he's really good. And I think Karam, I think you told me about it, and I don't know if you're in here today or not. I'm starting to see a bunch of people come in. But his name is Ali Abdaal. Ali Abdaal, Aliabdaal. And you got to watch some of his videos. I'm going to put him in here. I think I put him in the other day. Abdaal. Yeah, well, it's not spelled right. Imagine that, me not spelling something right. Okay. Search on YouTube. This guy is a doctor by trade in the UK. And he started a YouTube channel, wasn't making any money. He'd been working online since he was 12. He's 26 now. And he made $1.3 million. Oh, good, Paul. You saw it. 3 years to overnight success. Yeah, 3.5 years. He made $1.3 million last year. The year before, I think he made 40 or 50,000. I can't remember the exact number. But the point is, he kept going at it. He kept increasing his luck. Now, the next thing you can do with this luck thing, and he talks about in one of his videos, is use some of the talents, use some of the unfair advantages, he calls it, that you have. And an unfair advantage would be some knowledge you have about something. So let's say you wanted to start a site and you wanted to sell stuff, but you were an ex-firefighter, okay? It would make sense to sell a site that maybe sells badges to firefighters or some type of knickknacks that firefighters would like, because that's your unfair advantage, okay? That's your unfair advantage. Now, I teach a lot about sales, and that's my unfair advantage. My unfair advantage is sales because I actually at one point ran the #1 Chrysler dealership in the state of California. We were #3 in the United States. So I know something about sales, okay? And I've trained thousands of salespeople over the years. I actually became a speaker and traveled around the country for 9 years teaching sales training to the top dealerships in the country. So that's my unfair advantage. So now if I make a video for you guys about sales or selling your products, I can do that, okay? That's my unfair advantage. But the reason I got that unfair advantage is because I studied everything about sales, everything there was. Let me get a little drink here. Get my throat a little parched. So that's what I mean by unfair advantage. And everybody has unfair advantages. Everybody does. But it's unfair because you developed them. Okay. So I don't mean that your daddy had $1,000,000 and I gave it to you. That's not the kind of unfair advantage I'm talking about. I'm talking about your life skills, the things you learn, that type of stuff. I think if you do that, you're going to have those unfair advantages, and it will increase your odds. Now, the big thing that Ollie talked about and I talk about a lot is work your butt off. I mean, seriously, work your butt off. I know last night I had 8 of my scripts done by about 8 p.m. and I had a choice. The choice was to stop and get up early and work on scripts again, or just to continue working. So I continued working, and I think I wrote 5 more scripts last night between 8 and about 10:30. In addition to that, I have a live on Saturday, so I had to write an email to tell people about that live on Saturday, which is going to be really good. It's going to be an overview of my office, and I'm going to show you guys how I set up this office and how I make it work, and how I make it work for efficiency. Efficiency is real important too. But the thing Ollie also talked about in his video was that work effort. It's just going at it day after day after day after day, not seeing any results, and just continuing anyhow. Because he knew, and I know, and anybody who's successful knows, that if you continue doing things that are good, if I continue to put out good content, if I continue to make videos, if I continue to do these things, that overall, in the long run, I'm going to make some money, and I have, and that's a good thing. And I've made money in several different areas, but I'm branching out now into other areas, doing these lives for you guys so that you can build your business. And I know this for a fact, if I help enough people build their online business, okay, that I will get something back. I know that for a fact. It's just the way the world works, okay? If you put enough good stuff out there, good stuff comes back. It just does. Now, is it 100% fair all the time for you? I mean, in other words, if you do a good thing today, tomorrow do you get a good thing back? No, it doesn't work like that. If you do 10 good things today, will you get 10 good things back? No, it doesn't work like that. But what I'm saying is, overall, if you keep doing good stuff, if you keep putting out good content, if you keep helping other people, it will come back to you in some shape or form. And it may not be even those people that you helped it's going to come back from. It could be, let's say I help somebody with their business and they make $100,000. And they tell their uncle about it, and their uncle tells one of their nieces about it, and the niece buys one of my courses. Okay, so it can be something as far-fetched as that. So that's what you got to do. Okay, so today now I wrote 13 scripts for today, and those 13 scripts didn't get all written yesterday. Okay, I didn't have them all written. It took me about 4 days to write all those scripts, and they're still not really finalized. When I do my videos, I kind of massage them and I kind of change them. I change them up. It's just really a guide for me to go through. So today I'll sit in this chair. It is 9 o'clock. Filming starts at 10. We're scheduled at 10 a.m. And at 10 a.m. I'll start, and I'll finish probably anywhere between 4, 5 o'clock, maybe 6. So it's a long day. My break will be to stop and make a sandwich and sit down for about 20, 30 minutes, not go anywhere, not get out of the house, not do anything, just make a sandwich, eat that sandwich, come back in here and start all over again. This is normally after lunch I'll do a workout. Yesterday I had a great workout, really did, had a really good workout, rode the bike, did all that, probably worked out for about an hour and a half yesterday. I won't be able to do that today. Because I have to film all day. So sometimes you've got to adjust your schedule. Now, if you guys are working out, if you're working on your business, put that in the chat section right there. I want to hear about this stuff. You've got to participate. And I told you that in the beginning. And I see a lot of people on the call, but I don't see a lot of people participating. Participation is so very important. And like right now, you may have a question about some of this. Put it in there, okay? You may have something you want to brag about that you did. Put it in there. I know Paul's moving forward on some of his stuff. He sent me something the other day, and I got to check that out, Paul. I've been getting in a lot of submissions over the past few days of different things, and I'm trying to get to everything. But put that in there. James Brain. Oh, my gosh. Loud and clear, Savannah, Georgia. Buddy, I love Savannah, Georgia. There's a place there, and it's called, it's a buffet, and it used to be a house where people stayed at it years ago. Gosh, what is that place? I want to look it up real quick because this is one of my favorite restaurants. Savannah, Georgia. Make sure I spell that right. I don't spell anything right, man. I swear I don't. Savannah, Georgia. Uh, Buffet. What is that place? Man, there was a line down the sidewalk. It was just amazing. Just amazing. And I'm going to see if I can find. Matter of fact, there was a bunch of presidents had eaten there. Gosh, James, if you can think of it, post it in the chat section there. Well, it wasn't old time buffet, that's for sure. New super buffet, no. Sisters, no. What is it? Hey, oh, Dean, what's going on, man? Good to see you there. I don't know if you got your paperwork over yet. We are waiting on that. Man, I can't find the name of that buffet. Let me see. I'm going to put Southern. Maybe that'll help me out here and get me where I'm going. Because, guys, I want to tell you about this. If you ever get to Savannah, Georgia, you got to try this place. But if I can't find the name of it, James, help me out. If I can't find the name of it, I can't share it with you guys. It's a Southern one. Shoot. There's so much good food in Savannah, though. I mean, you can throw a rock and you're going to hit a good restaurant. That's for darn sure. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Where is it? I do not see it right here. Let's see. To showcase a young guy who is killing it on YouTube, check out Eaton Burneth. Shows that still room for new talent. Yeah, I'll tell you, YouTube is an interesting animal, and YouTube, and I'm going to think of that buffet, guys. I swear I will get it to you guys. But James, if you can think of it, it's a Southern style buffet. They do fried chicken, and you go up and you get all your food. You actually have to take your dishes back to the kitchen when you're done. Been there for years and years and years, and I cannot think of the name of it. But YouTube is a funny animal. The majority of the people on YouTube are called bugs. I don't know if you know about this. A bug is a channel that has less than 100 subscribers, because probably 99.9999% of the people who start a YouTube channel don't get past 100 subscribers. They just don't, okay? And then the ones that do, the ones that ever make it to 1,000 subscribers, which is what you need to get monetized, man, that goes down. No, it's not Bohemian, it's Southern, James. It's a Southern place. I think it's in the downtown area. There's a big line down the sidewalk every day. They're famous for their fried chicken and mac and cheese and stuff like that. So it's a Southern buffet kind of place. Very expensive, actually. Isn't cheap. But anyhow, the majority of people that start these YouTube channels, they don't realize how much work it is. And they think, well, I'll start a YouTube channel in 60 and 90 days. I'm going to be making a lot of money. You're not. Matter of fact, I would say that the average person to make some money and get monetized on YouTube is probably 1.5 to 2 years minimum before you're gonna get any money coming in. And I don't mean doing a video every month. I mean doing 2 or 3 a week, doing 2 or 3 videos a week for 1.5, 2 years before you're going to see any real money coming in. And that's a long time. Most people will not devote that amount of time. And I don't know why, because time's going to pass anyhow. And I tell people this all the time when they say, well, GJR, that's going to take a really long time, and I just don't have time for that. Well, I guess that means you're going to die in the next 1.5 years, right? The point is, if you're going to be alive for the next 1.5, 2 years, then you have time. You've got time, okay? It's just how you spend it. Now, some of us out there, want to see instant gratification, because that's our society. Our society is, we can jump online and post something and somebody likes it. And we're like, oh, somebody likes it. We can jump online and write something and somebody else will comment back. And we're like, oh, I'm popular. Look at this picture. I'm on Instagram. And I'm not on Instagram, guys. And they want that instant gratification. YouTube is a long game. I mean, a long game. Years, okay? A lot of people have been on YouTube 10, 15 years before they really see real success. And if you're not willing to put in that amount of time, I mean, I started my channel in 2015. This is 2021. That's 6 years. Not quite 6 years because we just turned it. But the first 3 years, I probably just did nothing. I mean, I didn't do videos very often. They were too short. And that's another thing. You got to have videos that are like 10 minutes or longer. Okay. So, and they can't be like a white screen for 5 minutes and then you talking for 5 minutes. It won't work that way. It's got to be good content for 10 minutes. So to have a 10-minute video that's interesting, that helps people, I mean, you may have to spend 1.5 hours, 2 hours just writing stuff and researching to get that 10 minutes worth of content, okay? And then once you get that 10 minutes worth of content, then you're going to have to actually perform the 10 minutes worth of content. But believe me, a 10-minute video is not 10 minutes of recording. I may record 21 to 25 minutes and narrow it down to 10 minutes to even have something usable. Okay, and then once I do that, then I got to give it to my video editor, or I did them all up until about a year and a half ago. And then I got to edit it and put B-roll in it. And if I'm going to put music in it, if I put words on the screen, if I'm going to put examples on the screen, I would say for every minute of video, you're going to spend an hour. So if you've got a 10-minute video, you've probably spent 10 to 12 hours researching, writing, recording, and editing, and uploading. So if I'm doing 3 videos a week, okay, 3 videos a week, think about that. That's 30 hours a week right there. I do 5 videos a week. That's 50 hours a week. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. And you say, well, JR, that's a full-time job. It is. I know. I know. And understand that today I'm going to shoot 13 videos. So 13 videos, estimated 10 minutes per video at an hour per minute total time. That's 130 hours of work. 130 hours of work, and I've got to do that every 2 to 3 weeks. That's about it, because I put up 5 videos a week. And if I put up 5 videos a week, I've got to have that stuff ready. All right, let's see here. We've got some comments. Do you think a narrow niche is better than a multi-topic channel? 100%. 100%. Now, it can't be so narrow that, it doesn't make sense. Like, it couldn't be basket weaving, for people who live in Lithuania. Like, I wouldn't do that one. But yeah, a broad channel, and I'll give you an example. I was watching Shelby Church, and let me put her in here. Let's see, search Shelby Church, Church on YouTube. Okay. Now, she's made millions of dollars on YouTube. Okay. And she has millions of views, but her CPM is $1.63. $1.63. Now I'm going to pull up my CPM here real quick just so you guys can see it in real time. I have no idea what it is today, but I just want to show you the difference. Now hers is her blogging about her life, and she's interesting, but she attracts a lot of young people that don't have money, okay? And she attracts a lot of views where people probably aren't going to buy. So let me find my CPM here. Here it is, view more. Revenue. It's so cool you could do this on your phone now. And I want to find, here it is, CPM. Okay. My CPM right now is $31. $31. Hers is $1.63. Now, I'm not saying that to say, look how much more my CPM is. It has to do with the niche. It has nothing to do with the video. Her videos are probably a lot better than mine, but I'm focused on people who want to make money online. Okay, that's what I do. I talk about people who want to make money online. That attracts an audience that advertisers want to advertise to much greater than somebody who wants to watch a lifestyle channel. So when you're looking at a niche to do on YouTube and you want to find something that's going to make you a lot of money, if that's your goal, and most people having a YouTube channel, yeah, that's their goal, is, to make money. And if that's the case, then you're going to have to pick something that garners a lot of money. Now, I'm also trying to find, let's see here if I can find this other part. CPM. That doesn't give me what I want. But anyhow, I looked at it this morning, and it was that amount of money, which is not bad. Okay, it's not bad at all. Now, so the rest of my day will be I'm still working on my webinar, and you've been hearing me say this for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and I'm almost finished with it. And then those ads will go live again. We're going to be running ads on YouTube. Generally, you need to run $50 per ad. And you're going to have different words you target and all that, but I'll have probably 8 ads running, so that's $400 a day. Okay, so it's about 12 grand a month to start off that ad campaign. And I can tell you 90% of that money will not earn me anything, but it will narrow down the words I need, the audience I need, the people I need, so that I can target the right people and make money. So I'm going to have to invest a lot of money in that. Now, some of you may be saying, well, gee, JR, I don't have the money to do all that. So you don't do those things. You do the free things first, like what I did. I posted for free. Okay, like what I'm doing right now. Anybody can do what I'm doing right now. Anybody can go live and talk to their audience and help them out. And I'm still not getting any questions. You guys put some questions in there. James, got any questions? Aldine, put a question in there. Paul, I know you're good for that, but I haven't seen questions in there. Kareem, James, okay, all you guys put some questions in there so I got something to talk about. Otherwise, I'm going to have to shut this down because I got to start at 10 a.m. filming these other videos for you guys. And that's the ones that you see daily that go up that teach you a particular subject or a theme or something along those lines. And let me get another sip while you're thinking about a great question to ask me. Okay, now, Old Pink House. No, it's not, Paul, but the Old Pink House was next to where I stayed, and the Old Pink House is a very, very nice, fine dining restaurant, and that's a great restaurant. I love that restaurant, the Old Pink House. That's like in that little square area in the downtown section there. It's funny that you would know about it. Man, I wish I could think of this Southern Buffet in Savannah. It's driving me crazy that I can't find that place. Let's see. I'm going to try maybe a fried chicken. Fried chicken. Maybe that'll do it. Savannah, Georgia. Best. Let's see. What was the first camera you used to do a video? You know, my very first one wasn't a phone. It was just a phone. I used my cell phone to film a video. And then I did get a DSLR, and I think I spent about $400 or $500 for that. And I still have that camera, but it's pretty old now. I mean, I bought that camera 6 years ago, something like that, about 6 years ago. And it was good. I found it. It's Mrs. Wilkes Dining Room. Guys, check this out. I've got to put this in here. This restaurant is one of the best restaurants. And James, let's see if you know that. Mrs. Wilkes. And it used to be Mrs. Wilkes Flop House or something like that. Mrs. Wilkes Dining Room. Man, I'm glad I thought of this. Well, I didn't think of it. Google helped me. Best buffet in... And it's not really a buffet. It's family style eating. That's probably why I couldn't find it. So it's best family style. And what I mean by family style is you sit down at a big table with a whole bunch of strangers, and they bring out big pots of food, and you pass those pots around, and you all scoop out of that what you want. Now, I hope they come back because of COVID. I really do. Best family style, S-T-Y-L-E. In Savannah, Georgia. Man, it's good. It's so good. So good. So I put that in there, guys. Check that out. I want to click on it real quick here and see if I can find it. Where is it? Yes. This is an example of what they bring you at the table right there. They just bring you all these dishes, and you just scoop it all out onto your plate. And you share it with everybody else. Now, I don't know with COVID if they shut down or what happened, with them. But man, if you ever get a chance to go there and they're open, that's the place you want to go. And that's, that's the thing that really bothers me about this COVID thing is it's really kind of changed the landscape of restaurants. And I don't know if we're going to be able to go back to it. I know in Las Vegas, they just closed the last one on the Strip indefinitely. So I don't know if it'll ever open. And that was the Wicked Spoon. I believe that was at the Cosmopolitan, but all the rest of them are closed. I mean, the Bacchanal, which is one of the best buffets in the world, is closed because of COVID. But we can't worry about that. James Breen says, how to find a niche. The best way to find a niche first is to assess yourself. Sit down and write out all of the skills that you have. Okay, and that's what I did. I wrote down all the things I knew how to do. I knew how to sell things. I knew how to market things online. I knew how to make money online, but I didn't know that until I started doing that. Okay, so I had to do that. But maybe you've got a skill, maybe it's sales, maybe it's accounting, maybe it's whatever. I mean, you look on here, there's a channel on here, and it's called on YouTube called The Toe Bro. The Toe Bro. Now, if you want to gross yourself out, you go to the channel that says The Toe Bro. This is a podiatrist who films some of the procedures when he's working on people's feet. and he has a channel on that because that was his unfair advantage. He was a podiatrist. So he did a channel around that. Now, if you go to the Toe Bro, I promise you're going to come back to me and you're going to post, "Oh, gross, JR, why did you send me there?" But there's something wickedly addictive about watching some of his videos and seeing. It makes you feel really good about your own feet, I can tell you that. Any tips you can provide on starting a YouTube channel that you wish you knew before you started? Yes, 100%. 100%. Here's one of the biggest things that you should know when you start a YouTube channel. Make every video 10 minutes or longer. Really, make every video 10 minutes or longer. That was the biggest game changer for me when I was doing like 2-minute videos or 3-minute. I thought that people were more likely, to watch a 2 or 3-minute video because it was quick and they get the information to be out of there. And that is true. But the problem with that is YouTube looks at your channel and distributes your content based on total watch time. And since they do, think about this. If you do a 3-minute video and your watch time is 50%, you've got 1.5 minutes of watch time, okay? And then, YouTube looks at that and goes, got 1.5 minutes. But if I do a 10-minute video and I get 50% watch time, I've got 5 minutes of watch time. So I've got more than 3.5 times as much watch time by doing a 10-minute video versus a 3-minute video. So it's super important, guys. Do a 10-minute video. Pimple Popper Doc was huge and landed a TV show. Yes. Yeah, and she did something with the Toe Bro, by the way. So they collaborated. She was very interesting. I like that you need to take the time to figure out your plan. 100%. You can't, I've driven back and forth across the United States 3 times. I think it's 3 times. It may be 4 times. I never once started out without a map, all right, without a road map. I wouldn't get in my car and go, I know it's in that direction. I know for sure it's in that direction. Because there's too many twists and turns, okay? You think of it that way. If you're going somewhere in your car, if you're flying an airplane, I'm also a pilot, we have to have a flight plan, okay? You don't just jump in an airplane and go, man, I hope I'll be there soon. In an airplane, it's even worse because you don't have roads, okay? You have vector airways if you're flying very high. Otherwise, you fly, you're directional and you fly different flight levels and it gets all complicated. But when we figure out what direction we have to go, let's say we have to go at 180, but we've got a crosswind coming across, we've got to adjust it. So instead of flying that airplane straight, we have to turn it a little bit to fly this way because we've got to adjust for that air coming at that angle. And we have to constantly make adjustments on that because the air changes. It's called winds aloft. Okay, once you get off the ground, the winds are different above the ground than they are below the ground. And they may be different at 5,000 feet, 10,000 feet, 20,000 feet. So wherever level you're flying at, you got to make adjustments. Same thing when you're, building your presence online or selling online. You got to have a plan, but then you got to readjust. You got to readjust over and over and over. I can't count how many times I've readjusted, to get things going again online because, a direction I was going wasn't getting me the results I want. I heard that title should be 5 words or less to rank. No, not necessarily. It can be, but it can also be 10 or 12. What you need to do is you need to have a tool like TubeBuddy, which in the description, you can get a free subscription to TubeBuddy. If you click my link in the description, it won't be there until this video is over with. And then once this video is over with, look in the description, look for TubeBuddy and click on it. TubeBuddy will help you optimize your title. It'll also help you find tags. It'll do a lot for you. Then if you want to get the paid version, which is a little bit higher level, use my link and you can get 30% off. So you use that. Just like flying, take action and revise later. Well, yeah, you got to revise in the beginning too. You don't want to just fly and not have any revisions. But guys, I really appreciate you being here today. This is day, I don't know what the heck it is. It's a lot of days. It's a lot of days I've been doing this. I'm going to do it through the end of the month, which will be the 31st. If you want me to continue doing it, put in the comments that you want to hear from me every day at 9 a.m. and I'll come in here and I'll do this stuff. But I got to have enough people, in here doing that. James Breen, do you use AdWords? 100%. Yes, I do use AdWords. As a matter of fact, the ads I have now that are all set up in Google are, based on some AdWords and some other metrics, and it's very, very complicated. Very complicated. Matter of fact, I paid $10,000 for training on YouTube ads just recently, and I think it was well worth it. And I'm probably going to join their inner circle. And I'll put a shout out to Alric for ad outreach. They're really good at what they do. And some of the top advertisers on the internet are members of Ad Outreach, which is Alric's company. Alric Heck is his name. Did you model any show for your show? Did you model any show for your show? You talk, if this is a show, this is news to me because this is just me talking. And if you're asking if I modeled this after anybody, no, I really didn't. I just come on here and I try to answer questions for you guys. Now, on my Saturday lives, what I will do is I'll pick a subject. Now, this Saturday, if you want to know how to set up your office, that's what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about this setup here that you see and what it really looks like behind the scenes, okay? Because it doesn't look like this. What you guys are seeing, no, it doesn't look like this. It looks entirely different from what you guys are seeing out there. Now, this is a really pretty backdrop, but I mean, you got to reason one thing. It's not always sunny here in San Diego, and yet in my office, it's always sunny. So that's got to tell you something, right? That's got to ring a bell. Oh, by the way, subscribe if you haven't done so. You got to subscribe to this channel. That's super important that you do that, and you got to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified every single time I do a new video or go live. That way you can talk to me, okay? It's really important. I would appreciate if everybody would just give me a thumbs up down there. A comment means so much. Something in this chat means so much because that gets me more distribution. Now understand, I've done lives where nobody was there. Nobody was there. Nobody showed up. And it's so funny. I hear some of these top bands that you hear nowadays, and you hear stories about them going around the country in a van, and they would go in a nightclub and they would be playing to 2 or 3 people, and those were the employees because nobody showed up to listen to them. But they kept doing it, and they kept doing it, and they kept doing it. This channel here now has, I think, 4,400 subscribers. I started with 0, just like you will. If you start a channel, you'll start with 0. Okay, I got 4,400 now. I'm monetized now. I make money every month now. People buy my stuff. Is it a lot of money? No. I make a lot more money off my other businesses, but I want to build this one up. I like it. I like talking to you guys. I like doing this stuff. I think it's fun. And I'm going to start another channel too. It's going to be a cooking channel. That's one of my hobbies. I love cooking. So I've already filmed some of the stuff for that, but I haven't posted any of that. And the channel is actually already there. I just won't tell you whose it is because my face is not on the channel. So you would never know it was me. My name's not on the channel. You'll never know it was me. Let's see. Hey, JR, I give you a what? I give you a what? And by the way, James, did you know about that restaurant? What is, I put it in here. Where is it? Mrs. Wilkes Dining Room. Did you know about that restaurant? Let's see here. Temple Popper. I'm reading some of these things here that we got in here. Did you model? No. Looking forward to Saturday. Love that brick background you had. Yes. And I didn't have a brick wall either, did I, Paul? Yeah, you can get a background like that for about $39, $49. Okay, not real expensive to get one of those. But it helps, right? Because you don't want to have a crappy background. You don't want to have like a dark curtain where you look like you're some type of kidnapper or something. You don't want that. Not what you want. Thumbs up for every video. Thank you so much, James. I really appreciate it. Guys, I'm going to get out of here because I have to get ready for my videos that I got to record today. 13 of them. I'm going to try to do 13 videos today. That's 13 times 10. So right there, that's 130 minutes. But each one is probably going to be 20 to 30 minutes for me to narrow that down. So what is that? 6-7 hours of constant talking. But you got to add in the breaks, you got to add in adjustments, you got to add in fixing the lights, different positions. It's going to be a full day. I would say a good 10-12 hours, and then I should be done with that. Easy enough, right? Hey, love having you guys here. Really appreciate you here. Don't forget to subscribe, and once again, ring the bell. Ring the bell, and I will see you tomorrow morning.